This is your elevator recall panel, and this is separate from the fire alarm panel. In the property, whatever it was you had earlier, pool stations, in the stairwells and in the parking, that'll work the same. The bells will go off, the same function, everything on this panel will be the same. Okay. But now what we have newly installed is this elevator recall panel. Basically what this panel does is there's smoke detectors now newly installed into the elevator lobbies. Okay. All those smoke detectors in the elevator lobbies report back to this panel. Okay. So if any one of those smoke detectors were to go into alarm, it alarms this panel, and this panel alarms that panel. Okay. Right. So when you come to this panel, if this zone is lit up, it's gonna say 4008 panel. That's referring to this guy.
Okay.
Okay. So if you see that one lit up, or if you hear this one beeping, automatically you gotta go to this panel, and just like how you check that one where the alarm's coming from, you need to come over here and just check where the smoke detector is going off now. Okay? So when an alarm comes in, don't worry about all these buttons, don't get intimidated by it. But basically all you're gonna be worried about is the 5 red buttons on the top, basically. Okay? So when an alarm is initiated on the smoke detectors, this will light up red and it'll have an indication where, but you need to press it, alarm acknowledge, so you know where the alarm is coming from. Penthouse, 10th floor, wherever it is. Okay? And then at that point, when this goes off, like I said earlier, that one's going to be going off.
Right.
So all your bells are going to be ringing, but now you need to know where the alarm is coming from.
Okay.
If it's a pull station, just check the other zones or whatever previous zones. But if it says 4008 panel, you need to come here.
Okay.
But automatically, this will start beeping.
Okay.
And this light will flash, and it'll start, and this panel itself will start beeping. And it won't stop beeping and it won't stop flashing until you acknowledge the alarm.
Okay.
When you acknowledge the alarm, for example, it's gonna say something like that: 1st floor elevator lobby. But instead of saying normal, it's gonna say fire. Okay? And then, after you acknowledge, you know where it is. Now you need to go and investigate, just like how you do the old panel. You gotta check where the alarm is to verify if there's a real fire. If it's a real fire, it's easy. Call 911, evacuate. It's the same procedures with this.
Okay.
The thing that this panel does, other than tell you which smoke detector where it goes, which floor the smoke detector is on, it also recalls the elevators. Okay? So, let's say the penthouse, machine room, or anything but the 1st floor, any one of those smoke detectors, if you're in the elevator car, the car will come down to the 1st floor. Automatically. It'll go to what they call fire service.
Okay.
Everything but the 1st floor. So if you're in the car, you're going up. If this thing were going to alarm, it picks up a smoke. Other than the 1st floor, it comes down to the 1st floor. The doors open, and it's stuck there in what's called fire service. Now, if the 1st floor were to go off, it goes to the alternate floor, which I believe you need to confirm this with Schindler Elevator. I believe it's the 3rd floor. So if the 1st floor smoke detector goes out, if you're in the car, it goes to the 3rd floor, it opens up. And that basically what this system is doing is, if wherever the fire in the lobby is, it's taking the car away from the fire.
Right.
Because you don't want the car to open where the fire is.
Right.
So if again, the 1st floor goes out, it goes to the 3rd floor, doors open, you exit down the stairways and evacuate the building.
Any other floors?
Any other floor, it comes down to the 1st floor. Correct.
It won't stop picking up people?
No. No way. It'll just fly straight down to the 1st floor. Even if it's open, it'll just close and just send down.
Yeah, it remains open when it gets to the ground.
That's the safety feature of the elevators in conjunction with the fire system. Okay? So now, also in the front, the annunciator in the front, which we'll go there in a little bit, there is no spare lamps to say elevator panel, so I had to share it with another lamp, and I'll go and show you that later. So that's another place where you can look where the alarm is initiated, whether it's this or a pull station. Okay? So after you investigated where the fire is, if there's no fire, if there's a fire, easy, like I said, call 911, get everybody out. No one should use the elevator except the fireman in that sort of condition. Okay? Now let's say most of the time false alarm. Somebody's smoking in the lobby, or the smoke detector is dirty and it goes into alarm. A bug went into it, triggered the alarm. You went upstairs, you verified that it's not an alarm. So now you need to reset the system. Now to reset the system, before you reset the system here, you need to reset whichever smoke detector was in alarm. You'll know that which smoke detector goes into alarm, again, is the indication on the panel. And also when you go to the floor, let's say for example the third floor were to go off, you're gonna see a lamp on the smoke detector lit solid.
Okay.
That's telling you that's the smoke detector that's in alarm. In a normal condition, just like now, if we were going to a smoke detector, you would just see it blinking.
Okay.
That's a normal status. Okay. Fire alarm's on solid. Okay. So now you verified it's not a fire. Now first you need to reset the smoke detector that's caused the alarm before you can system reset. Because if it's stuck in alarm, if you reset this all day long, it's not gonna reset. So basically, if there's smoke in it, fan it out. If you don't see anything out of the ordinary, if it's not dirty, well, if it's dirty, actually you should call us for us to clean it, because we don't want you servicing. We'll take care of it. But if there's smoke, of course, somebody's cooking. A lot of times, which is common in apartments, is they open the doors, smoke goes down the hallway. That normally triggers it. So first, just fan out that hallway, get the smoke out, so it doesn't re-trip again. Okay. As soon as the smoke is out of the hallway, then you can come down here and then do a system reset. Okay? After it reset, it takes about 10 seconds. It's gonna check the smoke detectors, make sure they're not an alarm. Then it'll go back to this screen where it says system is normal. Okay? After that happens, now you need to reset your elevator. And we'll go there shortly with the key switch. After this is reset, then you can reset your elevator. Then the elevators go back to running normal. Okay? And then I have some indicators here. When you have there's primary recall, alternate recall. Primary is second floor all the way up. That's just another indication that your elevators have recalled. Just a secondary indication. Now if the first floor went off, that's what they call alternate recall. This lamp will be lit up. Okay? Okay? Another thing with this panel, it monitors for trouble, just like the old system. If a wire was disconnected, if there's ground fault, so forth and so forth. So when this goes into trouble, that will trouble that panel also.
Okay.
So if you see trouble on that 4008 panel, you automatically gotta check here.
Back to
and it could be numerous types of things. If there's AC power failure, this thing will go into trouble, but it runs on backup batteries. There's backup batteries in here. So for troubles, same thing like fire alarm, you need to acknowledge it and then find out what the trouble is. But it won't alarm the system. It's just gonna enunciate here and there. So it could be somebody's playing with the smoke. If the smoke detector head was to be removed, the panel will know and it'll tell you, hey, third floor,
Will it start
head
beeping?
missing. Yes, it'll start beeping and buzzing here.
Okay.
But it will not alarm the system.
Oh, okay. Because there's no
Yeah,
smoke.
trouble and alarm, there's two different things.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So go ahead and look at the trouble. There's 100 different things. If there's something electronic you don't understand, at that point you give us a call. Something's wrong with the board or something.
Okay.
But you want to call us right away, because on a trouble, it's telling you something's not going to work. So you need to call us right away and state what the trouble is. But again, if it's power outage, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Just wait till the power comes back on. And with troubles, as soon as you fix the trouble, the panel will clear. You don't need to reset, you don't need to silence, you don't need to do anything of that sort. Fix the problem, it'll clear on its own.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go outside. Any other questions on this?
So if this is light up 4.8, then
Yeah,
you
then you
open
come
that.
to this one, yeah.
Other than that,
Other
no.
than that, yeah, if it's something else, then it's
It's the
the
pool.
old system. Yeah, well, I mean, not old, but existing system.
Right.
The whole station, not
Okay.
old. Sorry, excuse
Okay.
me, old. The heat detectors, the flow switch, whatever was still there,
Right.
that's it now, yeah. So I just put that label there so you know it's this guy. Yeah. So yeah, if you see 4008, again, come to this panel and then verify where the alarm is coming from.
All right.
And if you forget what I mentioned, there's this placard here. Everything that I
That's
see,
good.
you guys can hang it up. I'll just leave it here for now. But this is the same bit of instructions that I went over.
Good.
Okay? You can tape it up here or somewhere later on
Right.
when you want. And if you lose it, we have more of those. Okay? Well, let's go to the lobby and I'll show you some